Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And please ignore the background noise. I'm out in my workshop, which also has the washer and dryer. And since it's kind of cold out here, let's see. Oh my thermometer is so cold it's not working. Let's try the other one. Oh, it's 66 degrees out here. Not too bad. But I'm doing a load of clothes for my wife, so that I can turn the dryer on, which will heat up the workshop. So that's the background noise, and here we go. I just got a notification last night that the SDRuno software that's primarily written for the SDR Play SDRs, of which I have RSP1, RSP blank, and RSP Duo. And I'm hoping to get the new RSP DX, but they were a little behind on their shipments because of a parts problem, so I'm probably low on the priority list to send me one. Anyway, they do have the new software now, and it was originally, last month, was only available to the people that had, the few people that had preliminary copies of the new hardware. And so you couldn't download the new software, even though the new software will work on previous versions of the RSPs. And they made a lot of changes to the software, and I'm going to just briefly touch on some of those changes. So here we go. We'll go over to Downloads, Software and Documentation, and now, unlike a couple of days ago, now when you start your SDRuno, the previous version, which I think is 1.32, the new version is 1.33, it wouldn't tell you that there's a 1.33 because it wasn't released to the general public. Now it's released to the general public. When you start the program, it will tell you there's a new version available. Do you want to download it? And you download it. Okay. So I got it downloaded, I got it installed. And then over here, they've updated the user's manual. I haven't looked at it yet. And then here's the release notes. Again, these are all dated November 25th. Now, if it's been out that long, I missed it. Been doing other things, like fixing things. Okay, here we go. You can look at the release notes. And I'm not going to go over all these, but let me blow it up here a little bit. I will let you review it, but look at all the changes, fixes, and then there's still some known issues. Unfortunately, I looked through this list over and over and over again because a lot of the changes are to support the new SDR device, the RSP-DX, which includes HDR mode for frequencies less than 2 megahertz. Supposedly this version does a better job of the lower frequencies, and including the low frequency band that's used in Europe. Anyway, and there's cat control commands if you want to control another device other than an RSP. Also, they've updated the EXIO, which is the driver for other devices, such as the little dongle that I use, and I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, now, and what you had to do if you wanted to use SDRuno for those other dongles than theirs, you had to stay with version 1.22. Well, now they finally brought that driver up to, you can now use the latest version, and all the versions in between that had added a lot of functions such as the scanning function, stuff like that. And I had kind of put away my little $25 dongle because I wanted that scanner function, so I started using the SDR, the RSP boxes exclusively. But now I can go back because I really like that little dongle, and I'm sure your users out there have a lot of users out there have the $25 RTL SDR dongle. That's what I was trying to think of. Anyway, so here's all the things they changed. Here's the changes. These up here are the additions. These are the changes. These are the fixes. And then here's still known issues. So the latest version, you can now get the latest version, and you can get it for either your RSP devices or for your RTL dongle. Now, what is missing, and I'm very disappointed, is I don't see any enhancements to the scanner function. I had put in about 3 or 4 tickets with suggestions for updates to the scanner function, including when you're doing a scan, it hit a station that you were scanning, it would put a hit in the memory panel of the fact that it had found that station, and some other things. But they didn't get in. I guess they were very, very busy trying to get this update for the new hardware. So maybe in the next version, they will incorporate some of my suggestions. Okay, another biggie, let me see if I could find it. Yeah, Save Workspace button in the main panel. I, like many people, struggled with, okay, how do I do, I got this thing set up the way I want it, how do I do it? And you had to, there was a couple of steps. It wasn't that it was difficult, it was just hard to remember. Now they have a button. So let's go, you can read all this junk. Let's go to the program, which is right here. Oh, that's not the program. Nope. There's the program right here. And we'll open it up. And there it is. And what I was just talking about is they've added this little button right here on the main panel, Save Workspace. And so whatever workspace you're using, keep this in mind, it's going to overwrite that workspace. So if you've added a window, this is something that I don't understand. Now, I'm in the Duo, I'm connected to the RSP Duo, which means I can use the diversity option. So if I click up here, if I click up here, I can go to diversity, which opens another window right here for the diversity control. And you probably noticed I left that little window open. Well, before I couldn't get it to save this setup with that turned on, even though it doesn't, normally when it boots up, it doesn't boot up in a diversity mode. So each time I wanted to fill in that block, maybe I wasn't going to use it, because I think if you come up here and I go back to let's go back to Duo, which for this RSP Duo, that's the normal. Okay, so it stays there even though you're not using it right now, and it fills in that block that I reserved for it, so it looks neater. I don't see the background bleeding through. So now let's do a save, and let's just see what happens. Save. Oh, it gives you a chance to determine where you want to save it. Awesome, they did it right. So it doesn't automatically save to the one you're on, and because you might want to save it to a different one and leave the one you're on alone. I'm going to save it to the one I'm on, Tom1. Okay, so it says it's saved. Now, let's exit and see if this window comes back up, which it didn't before, because it would come up in either the single or the dual mode, and this is not normally used. Okay, let's just see what happens. What the heck? So we're going to close it down. Saving. Okay, now we're going to open it back up and just see if they changed that. Nope, they didn't. So, see, I still got this hole here, which I've reserved for the dual mode. So, if I want to fill in that hole, which I don't have to, then I have to come up here and select diversity mode, It brings up that window. Now that's filled in, so I don't see background bleeding through, because a lot of times there were things going on in the background and it was kind of distracting. So then I can go back to, I can even go back to single mode, and this stays up, but it's not active, which is what I want. So it still doesn't save the workspace with that open up. Now, let me try this. Okay, let's try it a little different way. Let's go back to diversity. So now I'm in diversity mode, which this is the window for the diversity mode control, and I'm going to save the workspace, and I'm going to save it under Tom, you know, take the chance that it doesn't destroy anything. And it's saving, I guess, or it's saved. Now I'll close it down. This is what's going to be interesting, because this didn't work either before, at least not for me. Keep that in mind. For me, it didn't work. Now open it back up, and let's see if it comes back up in no. See there? Even though I was in diversity mode and I saved it, it came back in single mode. So I hope they'll fix it. It's a little nit. I hope they fix it. So that's the biggest obvious thing I saw that was changed. If you go back and read that list, there's a whole bunch of things, a lot of technical things that I don't even understand. Plus, it added the capability of, number one, talking to their new RSP DX device, and now going back and giving you the driver for the like RTL SDR device, the $25 dongle, which I really love. It does a very good job for $25. Nothing near what these dongles do, but I mean these SDRs do, but it's a good way to get started out. So that's the 2 or 3 major updates. If you're using either an RSP from them or like a RTL SDR dongle, then this is the new software, and it takes a little getting used to, but I really like. Excuse me while I pause for a minute. I'm looking over at my washing machine. I had some work done trying to repair a dishwasher, and everything had to be pulled out. The dryer, the washing machine, and I'm always like, what got broken that wasn't broken? So I'm looking over. That's another reason I'm doing a wash. I'm looking over to see if anything's leaking on the floor. Anyway, that's about it. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Now I forgot how to turn this off.